Mike's Daily Podcast.
Episode 1000. Are we almost there? We are so close to 1500. In fact, that might be the next show. Yeah. Wow. 1499. I'm Mike Matthews, broadcasting from Café Anyway. It's located somewhere in Podcastro Valleymont. Well, today we have Chely Shoehart, Floyd the Floorman,
Mike's Daily Podcast,
John Deere the engineer, stopping by here at Café Anyway, located somewhere in Podcastro Valleymont, at the last place on earth,
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Well, it's getting cold in the Bay Area, which means like the 40s, and you may think that's not the coldest temperature, and it's rather sporty, and you can go in that temperature and maybe walk around in your bathing suit because it's so warm. Hey, that girl who's getting married to Prince Harry was on a show called Suits.
Mike's Daily Podcast,
which I never watched. Oh, and I apologize for my comment about her,
Mike's Daily
having a nice tan.
Podcast.
She's not white. She's not black. She says she didn't identify either white or black because she has parents of two different ethnic persuasions, and so she's multi-ethnic. Is that how she phrased it? Anyway, she sounds like a fantastic, marvelous, wonderful woman, and I don't care. All I know is she's beautiful. Hey, look who just walked in. Hello, Mike Matthews. It's Chely Shoehart, the Trump supervisor. Oh my God, you're talking about me again. Yes, I am. That makes me feel really uneasy. I didn't mean to talk to you about that. Just kidding. I love it. Say more nice things about me. Your hair is red. A beautiful color of shade of red. That's true. Look who else is here. Oh, Mike, this is Floyd the Floorman. And this is John Deere the engineer. Mike, you look a little bit, I don't know, like you've, nothing's going right for you today or something. Yeah, I'm having technical issues behind the scenes. Ow! I know, that's what's so funny. Well, we'll get it together for this very quick little show. Thank you. The people here at Café Anyway.
And here's today's podcast picture.
Are mildly amused. I had a wonderful walk yesterday, per usual, with Basil the Boxer. And yesterday, we were able to go to Fairmont Ridge. I haven't been there in quite a while. And I have to tell you, I met a very nice lady. Spoke to her for a while. She had two dogs with her, and one of them was named Pop Tart, and she was lovely. And she thought Basil was awesome, which is true. And no, that's not a good picture. I think we will go with this picture here of the sunset. There was a nice sunset yesterday, and Basil was looking down or to the side. Yes, we'll go with that one. That's a good one. See it at mikesdailypodcast.com. And you can see all the other past podcast pictures there as well. There's also a link. Okay, so I have been plugging for a long time the Amazon link, and I think I'm going to stop because Jeff Bezos has made too much money off of me. Not only that, but the whole concept of you clicking on an icon on my website, especially with all the cyber scams going on, it's probably not very appealing to you because that means, oh, what if Mike is getting my information, which I'm not that smart how to do that. I'm not a hacker. And I don't even cough a lot. The point being that I'm not going to plug it anymore. So, yay for that. Applause. No more me plugging the Amazon link, but it's there on the website and it'll be there, and we'll just leave it at that. There's also a PayPal. That, however, that's just you emailing me basically, but the PayPal there is at mikesdailypodcast.com if you'd like to help out the show that way. There you go. There, I've shown you ways to show your support to the show if you like it. If not, whatever. And if you like the show and don't want to support it, but you're free to listen as much as you want. You are an NPR listener that turns off those stupid member drives. Oh my gosh. That's why I don't know if I could ever work at NPR, because those member drives, it's tough to get on the air and go, hey, you really like our programming, don't you? You should give us money then. We are the only media outlet to dive deep into the news that, no, you're not. There's all kinds of media outlets now that look at the information. Ooh, look, it's Marco.
Choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisements. Services may not be available in all states.
Not yet. Here's
Your
Marco.
business was destroyed by
No, that's not Marco. Anyway, Marco, who sometimes does the
Marco Minute. The Marco Minute.
Actually, he hasn't done it in a long time because of this little thing called full-time. He got a full-time job here at the job that I work at. So, if you go to Bing, you get to see the rice terraces that are strung with lights in Wajima, Japan. Wajima, Japan. Look at that. That's an amazing picture. All right. Now, McCain is telling Clinton to shut up. That's right. That's a headline. Senator John McCain says Hillary Clinton should not have published her book so soon after losing the 2016 election because it makes her look like she's still campaigning and has nothing else to do. What's the bleeping point? Keep the fight up? History will judge that campaign, and it's always a period of time before they do, said McCain in an Esquire magazine article. You've got to move on. This is Hillary's problem right now. She doesn't have anything to do.
You've got to be kidding me.
I'm now back to being an activist citizen and part of the resistance.
He spoke with Esquire about his recent cancer diagnosis and the mutual animosity between him and Donald Trump. And Donald Trump said about that...
I know what's good and bad.
But he has sharp criticism for Hillary as well, arguing that the defeated Democratic candidate should have taken a page from McCain's 2008 presidential run as a Republican against Barack Obama. He said one of the most irresistible impulses you have when you lose is to somehow justify why you lost and how you were mistreated. I did the right thing. I did, he said. The hardest thing to do is to just shut up. Wow. Shots fired. Hey, I got this sound effect that means something to that effect. Okay. Also, that reminds me, my dad had a boat. Yes, he had a boat. This is back in the 70s. He had a boat. He put all his money into a stupid boat. And we'd get on that and we'd ride along and I'd get seasick and there'd be a boat in the way in the harbor and he'd have to go. Trump is facing a make or break meeting today with congressional leaders. Yes, it's today, top Republican and Democratic congressional leaders. I believe it's the top four, majority leader, minority leader, majority leader, minority leader for the Senate and the House, respectively. That would be Paul Ryan for the House. The minority leader for the House is Nancy Pelosi. And the Senate majority leader is Mitch McConnell. And the minority leader is Charles E. Schumer. They're going to meet with a government funding schedule to dry up on December 8th. Both sides have floated the possibility of passing a short-term plan that would push negotiations until just before Christmas. Currently, Congress may spend no more than $549 billion. What the? Ooh, that was a darn good sneeze. Thank you. Woo. I'm not going to give out the rest of this article is about figures. And you don't need figures. Unless it's a striking figure that strikes you. What? Ivanka Trump inspired her choice to remain involved in her father's presidency helped make complicit Dictionary.com's word of the year. But the site said the word resonates with a number of 2017's biggest stories from Washington to Hollywood. The word complicit has sprung up in conversation this year about those who speak out against powerful figures and institutions, and about those who stay silent. There's a 300% increase in lookups for the word last year, says the Digital Dictionary. Complicit defined as choosing to be involved in an illegal or questionable act, especially with others, first surged with lookups on March 12th. Saturday Night Live prodded Ivanka the day prior in a faux commercial about her new perfume called Complicit, driving a 10,000% spike in the word's daily average. Ivanka remains an advisor to her father, despite indicating disagreement with him on a number of issues, including climate change. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Ivanka, for having a brain. That's awesome. She's also supporting LGBTQ Americans, and also whether Republican Senate nominee Roy Moore preyed on underage girls. She says, yeah, Trump is like, I don't want a Democrat in there, so that's all. And then he leaves. Oh, did you listen to I won't be able to get this in time probably. When Al Franken came out and gave his speech, I think it was yesterday, and he said, basically, I'm embarrassed. I shouldn't have done it. And I got to get back to work. Bye. Here he is. Is this it? Yeah. And he was like, I got to get back to work. Bye.
We are going to cooperate completely with...
It's towards the end. Go to the end. Go to the end. We'll go live. Let's look at some of the wonderful movies while that's queuing up on the world's slowest video player. Trading Spaces? What? He wasn't in that. Stewart Saves His Family. I saw that, unfortunately.
So I cannot speculate. This has been...
Oh, it's terrible.
A shock, and it's been extremely humbling. I am embarrassed.
Oh, here we go.
I feel ashamed. What I'm going to do is...
Here we go.
I'm going to start my job. I'm going to go back to work. I'm going to work as hard as I can for the people of Minnesota, and I'm going to start that right now. Thank you all. Thank you.
I'm going... My name is... Hey, Mr. Franken. Sounds like a bad word. As we go outside a Café Anyway, we're bringing Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in Podcaster Valley. So thank you, Ivanka, for being a little bit smarter than your dad. Jeez. Oh, and there was a third, smaller spike that came last month when Republican Senator Jeff Flake claimed he would not be complicit with President Trump's actions. Yet Flake's actual votes had aligned with Trump's stances more than 90% of the time, as 538 noted. Although 538 could suck a toad because they completely got the election wrong a year ago. Oh, horribly got it wrong. And it was so wrong, in fact, that even the now president said wrong. And it sounded like this.
Wrong.
Thank you for listening to the show today. Thank you for using your brains. Thank you for, as always, being patient with my mounds and mounds of technical issues. We somehow get through it, and we somehow go, well, anyway. Café Anyway, it's all going to work out fine. Next show, we'll have the beautiful Benita, the Disgruntled Fiddle Player, and the Brewmaster. So beautiful.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com. Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye!